The Local Show, sponsored by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement, on News Radio 570 WSYR, on 106.9 FM, and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. The Local Show features in-depth conversation with business owners, employees, and influential business leaders throughout Central New York, exploring their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in our growing community. The Local Show is produced locally by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
We're back into it, and we're back at it. You found The Local Show right here on 570 WSYR 106.9 FM. Has the sting of winter gotten to you?
I hate winter. I hate winter, Tom.
Are you one of those people who has all of the brochures of down south laid out on your countertop, ready to go?
About this, probably in my mailbox tonight will be a cruise brochure.
Right,
those are the ones that are like, because they know that this time of year, you just want to go away.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, even my daughter down there in Savannah was saying that it was like in the 40s, 45 or something like that. But then it goes back up. She, and then she's back in the 60s.
Farther south you go, the better for me.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, Ecuador, somewhere far south. I want to go where it's warm. I want to go south.
But my friends in Florida, I talked to a guy I hadn't talked to in a while, and he's probably, 13 minutes away from Disney Springs.
Oh, okay.
And he said, the other week he was walking around in 75-degree weather. It's awesome.
In Florida, you can fish everywhere too, Tom. There's all those ponds. There's like little lakes everywhere. And I know
it's worth it. I think as we get older, there's just not as much fun outdoors in this kind of weather. And it stays this way for a while. But anyway, let's talk to a doctor. I don't know what he's a doctor of, so we're going to find out. Dr. Andy Drozd is with us right now. He's the founder of the Project Fibonacci Foundation in, I think you're in Mohawk, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yes. And I've been over there a couple of times. Beautiful place. What's that mansion that's up there in Mohawk? There's Beardsley Castle.
It's Beardsley Castle. It's not actually in Mohawk.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
It's the Mohawk Valley, and specifically we're located in Rome, New York.
Oh, you're right in Rome. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Does a tree have to be Italian to live in Rome?
Oh, not necessarily. As long as it has roots, though.
Okay. And that's where I started my radio career, off of Muck Road. I was on Muck Road right there. That big,
You can only rise above there.
Right. See, Tom, you've made it. You're on the Local Show. You rose one step up from Muck Road.
Good old Muck Road, J Street in Rome.
Yeah, exactly.
Owl Wire was just down the road there. Yeah, that was all fun stuff. So, Andy, what are you a doctor of?
Research and development in the sciences. So my background, I have a kind of an eclectic background in physics, mathematics, electrical engineering, and artificial intelligence. Mm-hmm. But my doctorate is more focused on the artificial intelligence side, is applying that to real systems, training systems with data, making them smart, autonomous, and basically just operating on their own and thinking on their own.
That's very interesting. Steve is the original artificial intelligence.
You didn't let me go. I knew that was coming. So, Fibonacci, what the heck is this? Talk to us about it.
Okay. So, Fibonacci actually refers to a 12th century Italian mathematician who discovered a number sequence called the Fibonacci sequence. You may have heard about the golden ratio, and you may have heard about there's this ratio that defines how things are built, structurally efficient, very sound.
I'll just nod and pretend I agree with you, and I know what you're talking about.
Well, trust me. No, trust me. This Italian mathematician discovered by observing nature this ratio. And it's a comparison of height to base and all of the stuff. If you think of triangles and you think of the pyramids,
right.
They were able to build the pyramids and build structures that could withstand the test of time.
So are you building pyramids now?
I'm not building pyramids. He's long dead gone, but I think he influenced or was influenced by the building of the pyramids at the time. So all this stuff came together, and he represents things that we find in science, technology, and nature, and that's why we are adopting his mantra and his name.
To what end? Like, tell me, what does this mean?
So if you think of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, there are a lot of people, a lot of organizations that are doing STEM training, and they're trying to push STEM into the workforce. All good stuff. We are using a different model called STEAM. It's STEM plus arts. And we feel that we can use the arts to help grow the local STEM workforce.
Yeah.
What you're doing is you're expanding the aperture, you're creating more possibilities of critical thinking, and you're applying artistic critical thinking along with scientific critical thinking.
That's very Leonardo da Vinci type.
Very much, yeah. And so we've adopted that kind of style, and we created a foundation based on this. And if it's okay, I can tell you a quick story of how this all came about. Back about almost 12 years ago, the local CEOs in the area, in the Rome, Utica area, called a series of meetings to talk about how do we regrow the Mohawk Valley? Mm-hmm. How can we bring people, families, the youth back? You know, where there's a youth attrition, the kids that graduate from high school and college leave the area. And we continue to feel a little bit of that erosion here and there, but it's beginning to kind of slow down and reverse to some extent. But the whole idea was 12 years ago, what can we do to bring these kids back, to keep families here, to recruit, retain, and regrow and revitalize? That's what it was all about. And we discussed different ways, and it was one of the ways was as mundane as, well, what can we do in our magazines? You know, how can we advertise in our magazines, or through the Chamber of Commerce, or even through radio and TV? Can we do commercials and stuff like that? And yeah, that was interesting. There was some pushback on that. It wasn't thought to be a very effective approach. I decided to try something different on my own and experiment with it. And I started a foundation that was built around, well, let's build around our strengths. What are our strengths in the area that are built around youth? Well, it's STEM. We have high-tech companies. Mm-hmm. We have the Air Force Research Laboratory. We have some 70, 80, almost 100 companies in the area that are doing some aspect of technology and science and research. I said, okay, well, there's one strength. What's another strength? Well, we have a thriving arts community. How can we bring the artists into this?
Right.
And so it was sort of a natural progression that we would start creating sort of a STEAM-based theme.
So science and arts generally people don't put those things together.
No, they don't usually. They're usually isolated, but we said, no, break down the silos and start to blend some aspects of just like Leonardo da Vinci thought.
Right,
and
exactly.
I thought, that's so interesting. And we weren't the only ones. I mean, there were other factions across the country that are doing similar kind of things, but we had our own kind of ilk and flavor of it. And that was 10 years ago. We're celebrating our 10th anniversary this year.
Very good,
of creating this and doing conferences, trying to rebuild the workforce locally and retaining it as best as we can, competing with the rest of the country.
So what's your message to the community? That if you said, elevator speech, I'm on an elevator, what are you doing and who do you want involved in? Tell me.
Yeah, we are looking at any stakeholders, any interested party that wants to help regrow jobs in the area, regrow and revitalize the local communities. And we do this in our way through a STEAM model, a STEM plus arts model. And it's all built around youth. If we can help regrow that youth and help them get jobs and careers and keep rebuilding that and then return that back to community revitalization, that's basically our mission.
Do you put this program into schools? Like, are you approaching schools and asking them if they want this program in there?
Yes, we've been doing that since day one. And actually the way it started was we made a presentation to a variety of schools through the superintendents of the areas. And they were interested in learning more about it. They actually brought us in to talk to the kids and the teachers.
There you go.
Gotcha.
We had a series of meetings and they said, wow, we don't know anything about this. This is interesting. It's something new and fresh 10 years ago. And they were already familiar with STEM programs.
Sure.
They were all over the place. There are some industry STEM programs. There are some academic ones. But ours was somewhat different, and they wanted to experiment with it. And they saw the merit in including the arts because you have a larger group of kids now that you can appeal to.
So that's wild because arts aren't typically included in the sciences. So all that information at Project Fibonacci. Did I say that right, Tom?
Fibonacci.
Fibonacci.org. They can find information there and find out more and find out about the foundation and find out what everything's going on. Well, we appreciate you joining us today.
Well, thank you very much. I just wanted to say one thing, that on March 9th, we have one of our programs at Rome's Beaches Manor, and it's called the STEAM Women Rising. And what we're showcasing for one day is a group of professional women, successful business entrepreneurs, who have made their way in life and career, and they're going to be talking about their experiences and sharing that with young ladies and some young men. Typically, we get about 250 to 300 people for one day just concentrated.
Awesome. And all that information on the website. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.